Some overview of the team, right? We have Giannis, Bobby Portis, who's expiring, Brook Lopez, who's expiring. We have Kuzma, Lillard, who's going to be out for a good minute. Gary Trent's expiring, KPJ expiring. We have AJ Green, Andre Jackson Jr., expiring deal, and Torian Prince, Pat Connaughton, Jericho Sims, and Ryan Rollins. Chris Livingston, Tyler Smith, and another two more expiring deals for our two-way guys. So we're going to have to do something this offseason because right now around Giannis, it just doesn't seem like we're title contenders, especially with Damian Lillard being out. I don't think there's much we can do without blowing it up. So I guess we'll see what will transpire this offseason. Well, that's just for our team. So Tyrese and Shea win conference finals MVPs. Thunder, or it was Indiana that won game 1, Thunder win game 2, and then Pacers win game 3. So now we're going to get through this playoffs by just, Thunder winning 6, override these retirements. Taylor Jenkins and Luke Walton retire. Draft lottery is here. Atlanta keeps this pick. The Spurs have the 13th via Atlanta. Bulls keep the 12th. Mavericks keep the 11th, so they don't jump up to number 1 this time. Rockets got the 10th pick via the Suns. Trailblazers got the 9th. Spurs jump up. Raptors get the 8th pick. Nets get the 7th pick. Thunder get the 6th pick via Philly. Number 5 for the Wizards. Number 4 for the Hornets. Number 3 to the Jazz. Number 2 to the Spurs. And the first overall pick is to the Pelicans. So a little bit different than real life. I think this one was obvious. Doc Rivers is fired. Do we give Kemba a chance at being our... We're going to have Kemba Walker be our head coach now. He has a couple badges. Players respect this former player, and such negative morale hits are reduced. Increases shooting attributes by 3. Well versed in coaching guard skills like ball handling and passing. Highly effective developing player ability centered around defending the basket. Kemba Walker, we'll keep you around for these 4 years, man. Don't have to sign nobody else though, so we should be good. I'm gonna be controlling 30 teams this series for the most part. I'll try to let the CPU do its thing, but I ran a test of this scenario, and players like Josh Giddey, Tyus Jones, a few other players just couldn't find homes, and we're just stuck in the free agency pool, which is why I'm taking over these teams, just so that shit like that doesn't happen. Players want way too much money, and a lot of these teams aren't gonna give it to them, which is why I'm here. Some cases I might sign and then lower the contracts, because again, that'll lead to players that are pretty good to be in the free agency pool pretty much all season. So I would suggest just keeping that in mind. But I actually have trades that I want to make for other teams too, just to shake up the league. It's not a lot of trades, but they're pretty significant trades, which is why I'm doing them. So I guess before we get started with the NBA draft and free agency, we'll get to those trades right now. So the first trade is for the 76ers. They don't have a pick this year. Yeah, they don't have a first round pick this year. So we'll keep that in mind. But Warriors are going to do a sign and trade deal for Joel Embiid. Embiid is most likely done. I think he's gotten hurt like one too many times. Wants to go to a new situation, and I think Philadelphia wants to start their rebuild. Unfortunate that I think the Thunder got their pick instead. They'll get some pieces right now, at least in this offseason, as I'm extending the guys who need to be traded in this deal. I think the new change of scenery for Embiid might be able to help him. New medical staff might keep him healthier, because usually a guy that's hurt, he's also not forced to be the first option. He could kind of afford to take that back seat and be the third behind Butler and Curry. They get back 2 young pieces, 2 vets, and 2 first-round picks for Joel Embiid, which this Warriors team might look scary as hell. You got Curry, Buddy, G, Butler, and Embiid. I'll probably adjust these positions so that we have Draymond starting, maybe Butler at the 3. So that is trade number 1, and it's probably the most shocking of these trades. I don't think a lot of people were expecting Joel Embiid to get traded, but I think for who they were able to pick up, I mean, they got center, they got 2 small forwards, which JK could play the 4. GP2 was great at really great at defense. I just think that trade works for everybody. The next trade, it's a little bit of a smaller one, but I think this trade is important. This one involves the Utah Jazz. Real simple trade. Lauri Markkanen gets sent out to Detroit for Jaden Ivey, Tobias Harris, 37th pick, and then another second round pick on top of that. Pistons don't know much of what they got in Jaden Ivey on an extension year. I mean, I don't think that's ideal that they extend him without knowing if he could be a serious part of the future. And then, of course, the Jazz move off a bad contract because Lauri Markkanen is getting paid like he is a number 1 guy or towards the top of the league, but he just isn't. I think he's more fit to be a third option on a title contender, and I think although he might not be the third option in Detroit, I think this just makes Detroit better and gets them to compete more in the Eastern Conference. They just made the playoffs without being in the play-in, which is a crazy turnaround, which is why I think it could work over here for Lauri Markkanen. They still got a team, and they didn't give up too much for Lauri Markkanen, which is what's important for them. I think the next trade is for the Lakers, which also involves the Jazz. So Jazz moving off 2 of their guys. Lakers retrade Dalton Knecht in exchange for Walker Kessler. The game doesn't allow me to trade picks, but the Lakers will eventually give up 2 picks for Walker. It's just I can't trade these picks, which is why they're getting them now. Just a straight up swap, but eventually I'll remind myself to trade the picks. The next team is the Magic. Gonna look something like this. Okay, Magic trade KCP, the 24th pick, and then a 2027 first rounder unprotected in exchange, not for DeAndre Ayton, but for Anthony Simons, because this is a 3-team trade, which will also involve the Hornets, who give up Nurkic, Okogie, and Daquan Jeffries. They all go to the Blazers. They also get this pretty much meaningless pick, 2027 second rounder, swap best with New Orleans, and of course, did I have the contract in here? KCP, 24th pick, and then 2027 first unprotected to the Blazers, DeAndre Ayton, Anthony Simons. Hornets give up Nurkic, Okogie, Juan, all these go to the Blazers. So this is the deal. Magic can use any scoring they could get, which is why they pick up Anthony Simons, who could give you that scoring. Nurkic goes back to Portland. In return, they get DeAndre Ayton. They just need to move off this contract. He's also expiring, which is pretty good. They just break his contract into smaller expiring deals, and KCP is also expiring. So they just remove a lot of people. They could choose to extend depending on how good they end up, but this is the Western Conference, so I don't think they're gonna be too great. And I think the double big with Mark Williams and DeAndre Ayton should be pretty good. So they get their score. Next trade for the Pelicans, they're gonna part ways with Zion not being able to stay healthy, and some other things that may have happened or may have not happened tanked his value. So they're not gonna get a lot, but they get a cool amount, I guess. 2029 second or 2029 first from Boston, just that one, and then 2029 second from the Lakers. It's gonna be something like this. They get a bunch of expiring deals, really reshape the roster. Post Zion, AJ Johnson could be extended, and he's pretty great efficiency for how young he is, but he's probably not playing that much. 11 minutes per game. I mean, these splits are pretty good. And you get 2 first round picks for that. Zion fits the timeline pretty well in Washington. They still have Bilal, Jordan Poole, Bub Carrington, so that should be a squad right there. Next trade is gonna be Debo, gonna be something like this, and then 3-team deal. Celtics trade Drew Holiday and this first round pick to the Kings. Grizzlies get a healthier DeMar DeRozan than Brendan Clark. I mean, he's also a guy that can score, which is what I think they need. They still have John Moran and Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. DeMar could be there to kind of get his little middies in. Brendan Clark is a contributor. He just needs to stay healthy in Boston, and Vince Williams could come in and give you a couple minutes per game, or even like crack the rotation for real. And Drew Holiday is sent over to the Kings just to get him under that second apron, and they send out a first to Sacramento too, which is 20th pick. I mean, you get value out of that if you're the Kings. So there's that trade. I did most of these trades. There's 2 more though, or there might be 3 more. Yeah, there's 3 more. These are 2 back-to-back Brooklyn trades, and one of them involves Cam Johnson in 2 seconds. He gets sent over to Denver for Michael Porter Jr. Nuggets need to make a move, and it's clear that if they're going to part in ways with Jokic, Aaron Gordon, or Jamal Murray, or Michael Porter Jr., one of those 4, I think the obvious choice is Michael Porter Jr. So they get a cheaper deal and 2 seconds to just try and free up some money in order to get another player. Brooklyn also trades out Nick Claxton and Maxwell Lewis, along with a 2027 first round pick, which would be a swap worst with the Nets, and then a 2029 first rounder, which is a swap worst with Dallas. In exchange, they get Jalen Green. Then the Suns trade out Kevin Durant to the Rockets. All of these guys go to Phoenix. They give up Dylan Brooks, Reed Shepherd. They all go to Phoenix. 2025 first rounder, which is the 10th pick. They get the 2027 pick. That's theirs. And a 2029 first from the Rockets. So the Kevin Durant trade has happened. And in return, Suns get a haul. Dylan Brooks, Reed Shepherd, Nick Claxton, Maxwell Lewis, and like 5 first round picks. Nets get Jalen Green. This is one way to blow it up, but still might be able to make some noise for Phoenix, which is all you could really ask for when you still have Devin Booker on your team. They get Reed Shepherd as opposed to Cam Whitmore or Tari Eason, just because it seems like Devin Booker can't play point guard, so they want a point guard alongside him. So that's the Kevin Durant trade. And now, as my second move of the offseason, I make a trade as the Milwaukee Bucks. I trade out Giannis, and in return, we get Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, the second overall pick, 13th overall pick, and then the 2027 first rounder from the Hawks. We start our rebuild because, again, as I said earlier, I don't think we're contenders. We still have a lot of expiring deals, and don't get me started on the 1 years either. And this Spurs team might look pretty scary. The Western Conference just gets a whole lot stronger this offseason, so 1 through 15 might be a crazy battle. Some teams might perform less than expected just because of how stacked the Western Conference has started to become. And that's the end of all the trades I've made, or planned out at least. Staff signing day, still have nothing to do there, so we should be good. Pre-draft workouts, we have the second overall pick, so we're just gonna work out all the top guys, see what's going on here. Don't mind the Killian Hayes portrait. I don't know what's going on with this DNA. He has a custom face on, but I don't know why he has the Killian Hayes portrait. That kind of makes me mad. But now we're here at the NBA draft. I will be making picks for the teams, but I'm not going to be a terrorist. I'll know who to pick up. New Orleans is going to take Cooper Flag. He's not falling. All right, I know I have the second pick, but when Cooper's flag is there, you take him. Pause if need. With this pick, I think it's pretty obvious. We take Dylan Harper. I think we take him out that big ass number first. Dylan Harper is our point guard of the future. As we continue to move on, I don't think there's anything stopping them from taking Ace Bailey here, so they're gonna do that. The Charlotte Hornets, I'm looking at a mock draft right now, and they're saying Con Kneppel, which is who they're gonna take. His name is Conrad Kennard, but Con Kneppel is the 4th overall pick. Looking at the Wizards, I think they might take a center off the board, which is why they pick Maluach. The Wizards take a center. The OKC Thunder, they can really afford to do anything. I don't know why he's Carter Bryant too. Is Carter Bryant in this draft? I guess not. I guess we'll whoever takes him, he's gonna be Carter Bryant. I don't know where actual Carter Bryant is. Arizona. Caleb Love. Yeah. So whoever takes that guy is will be Carter Bryant. Thunder. I don't see a reason why they don't just take Carter Bryant here. And that should be a little different. They just picked up MPJ, Jalen Green, and still have Cam Thomas. So I don't think they take someone like Trey Johnson. I think instead you could give them Colin Murray Boyles, and that'll be good, which is who they take. Colin Murray Boyles out of South Carolina. The Raptors pick up a center. They get Derek Queen. Now it's time for the Blazers. Where's Edgecombe at? Baylor. I could have swore he was here. So I guess I have to import. They're gonna pick up Edgecombe, I guess. Team needs for this team. Looks like they're gonna take anybody. It shouldn't matter their position. On the big board, I see Trey Johnson, Jeremiah Fears, Kasparis. You don't really see much of a big man until you get around Asa Newell territory, which I think they just take Trey Johnson here. Dallas, you love defense. You know, does it make sense to take a point guard here? I mean, Jeremiah Fears not in this class either. They're going to take Jeremiah Fears. Chicago, you could take a forward. You could honestly take a center. Looking at the big board, you could take Noah here from France. 6'10 small forward. Oh, this is our pick again. There's a few guys, right? Let's just look. We have Todd here. B- 3-pointer. The 7-footer. A- rebounding. Below average court vision. I don't care about that. I really don't need you to be Jokic. 7-footer from Stanford. What's his deal? He's a shooter too. Honestly, don't think there's a bad decision on who I take here. It's probably between those two though. I'm gonna take Todd out of Washington. The Atlanta Hawks. You can see their team needs. Yeah, Trey. They could just take the best player available, which on this big board that I'm looking at, I think the best player that hasn't been taken is Kasparis, but I don't think they pick him. I think he would be a reach. Yeah, best player available is a guy from Illinois, which is who they're going to pick up. Kasparis. This is the Thunder's pick again. Really no bad options here, but I think they take Asa Newell from Georgia. Yeah, I wasn't even looking at. Okay, Asa Newell from Georgia. Orlando. They could get another scorer here. I'm looking at Liam McNeely. Is Jace Richardson, is he still here? Because I might put him on that team. Michigan State. Oh, he's still here. They're going to take Jace Richardson. Minnesota, looking at their team needs. Still have Rob Dillingham. It's a backup forward. Wouldn't hurt. And it'll be Liam McNeely from UConn. It's just Connecticut. Okay, Leo McNeely. Miami, they got Tyler Hero. Guess they need a replacement for this dude from Stanford is right here. He's nowhere on the big boards though, from what I see. Let me control F Stanford. He's projected around 40th, which I think is why they take a center here, or power forward / center that goes to Georgetown. Thomas Sorber, another undersized big. Shout out to them. Brooklyn. I think this time they might take Rasheer Fleming from St. Joseph, which he's not here. Let me just do F names. Nope. Okay, so he's not here, which I think is why they take center by the name of... Is he not here either? Let me just sort by college. Yeah, I don't think this is him at all. Oh, because he's up here. Danny Wolf. He was just listed at center. I was confused. The Pelicans, again, could really just take anybody here. They get Clifford from Colorado State. Number 21, Cedric Coward from Washington State will be the Jazz next pick. Under pickup point guard from France. Nolan Rayor, if I'm saying that correctly. The Pacers, this is their first pick of the draft after winning in the finals. You got Miles Turner, Isaiah Jackson, Thomas Bryant. Maybe a guard for TJ McConnell if he ends up out. I think they pick up Walter Clayton. Alternatives will be like Will Riley, Ben Sarah, but I think they take Walter. This is the Blazers next. Is this their second pick? I don't even remember. Guy from France. Seems like he's the best player available, which they picked. They just got the best player available on this big board. I think they take the guy out of Israel, Ben Sarek. Atlanta picks Noah from France. Hugo Gonzalez is the next pick for Brooklyn. Sacramento is here. They just acquired Drew Holiday. Now are looking for more forward depth. Best forward available is from Arkansas. Adu Thero Suns. What do their team needs look like? Probably just get a 4-man, which is why I think they picked Janai Broom. The Clippers to close out the first round. Got a couple of options here. They got Ryan Kalkbrenner from Creighton, Cam Jones, Markovic, Drake Powell, Hanson Yang, Alex Tuhey, and last name Sion James. I think for their team needs, they have good point guard depth, definitely good 2-guard. Maybe a backup big, but when you're looking at the talent here, I think Ryan from Creighton might be in the draft class. Creighton, yep, Ryan from Creighton. That is the first round. Minnesota with the first pick in the second round. They could take it's the second round. They could take anybody. They're gonna take, see if he's even here. Where I say his name, he is Cam Jones from Marquette. The Boston Celtics take Bogdan Markovic or Bogo Markovic from Serbia. The next pick for the Hornets will be Drake Powell out of UNC. Hanson Yang for the Charlotte Hornets, 7-1 from China. Next pick being Alex Tuhey from Australia. Penn State, if he's here. Center from Penn State. Then it's gonna be, I feel like I just seen his name, Sion James from Duke. Center from Stanford, take the guy from Tennessee, Chaz Lanier. Washington is gonna take wrong Kobe. Okay, means the other Kobe that I meant to take is still here. Kentucky, unless that was him. Oh no, he's right here. Indiana takes Colby Bray. Kings up again are gonna take Duke's Tyrese Proctor. Yeah, Tyrese Proctor. Actually, if we look at their team names, yeah, they're gonna pick a point guard here. They're gonna take Javon Small from West Virginia. Hold on. Igor Dimmer, BYU. He just fallen. Am I tripping? BY. Oh, he was just here this whole time. Oh. Yeah, that was generational fumble by me. I completely missed him. I guess he's a all-time slide. You must have murdered somebody, I guess. Right? It wasn't on me. He tanked his draft stock. You know, that's on him. That's why they're just gonna go in order. They can afford to pick anybody. They're gonna pick Rocky if he's still here. Center do overall Rocky. 7-3 from Australia. He's this 2-guard from Wisconsin. Still here. I think they might reach for a center here. The guy from Michigan. Another center from Michigan. Name is something Golden. Yep, Lad Golden. Wizards are going to take a guy from Florida State, Demir Watkins. Go to their team needs. Backup point guard might be the move here, because I don't know how you could afford to keep playing. I don't know how much you could afford to keep playing campaign, like ever, which is why he got picked. Basically their first pick of the draft. They can get a backup small forward. Hey, Mark Sears got to go somewhere, right? He's projected super late though. Around this range, it's either they're gonna pick the guy from Greece. If he's here, because I don't even know his name. There he is. Is it from Greece? Oh, Iowa State. Eric Dixon from Villanova. The Hawks will take Mari Williams from Kentucky. Suns will pick up Mark Sears. Jazz will just take the best players available. which looks like it's going to be Ryan Nemhard out of Gonzaga and Elijah Martin from Florida. Oh, another pick for the Jazz. Another pick for the Jazz. They're going to take Hunter Salas from Wake Forest, Micah Petty to New York. Then there's going to be Dink Pate. And the draft is going to close out by just the 3 best players here. Grant Nelson, Alabama. So this is the entirety of the draft. I'm just going to scroll through. Y'all can read the names here. This is VJ Edgecombe. And the Thunder picked Carter Bryant. As we go through this, I mean, I didn't do the Ryan Nemhard thing on purpose. Just letting that be known. Make sure the Thunder don't not sign him. Oh, they're gonna sign everybody. Okay. What about the Blazers? Oh, they're gonna sign them both anyway. Okay, so we can just go back to our team. We're gonna sign both our players, and let's go to the Trailblazers. Go to their 40 overall. Go to then the Thunder. We fixed our 2 guys here. Oh, okay. Bobby Portis declined. We're not giving you the qualifying. Day 1 of free agency. Let's kind of move around our positions here. I think I have to good forward depth. We're gonna make Kyle Kuzma 4. I think that just makes sense. So our lineup is Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Kuzma, and then Todd. So we're gonna need also gonna move AJ to the 1. Try that out. We have the bird rights to Brook Lopez, so I think we just bring him back instead of trying to get a whole new big. I think he just retires here. If he wants to take that contract, he can. We also have the bird rights to Bobby, which I think we bring him back. This is fine. I mean, fine. Agree. Okay. Cap hold. Realistically, do we need this man around? 41% 3-point shooter. I mean, he might just be useful. I think we renounce his rights. Same with Kevin Porter Jr. Same with Kevin Porter Jr. The rest of this is fine. Means we should be able to re-sign Gary Trent. We do have his bird rights, so we're gonna do something like that. Okay, let's go. Let's actually go through free agency. Okay, everybody is signed here. We have negative 57 million in cap. I love that. That's absolutely disgusting. Expected like 53 mil. He has 0 offers. Quentin Grimes just has his qualifying offer. None of these guys really have offers, so except for the restricted free agents. So we'll kind of keep an eye on free agency. See what happens here. No one outside of the it's really gonna be hard to make signings for all these teams. 7 offers. Yeah, I think he just takes that 1 year deal with 1 year with the Lakers. Clippers, I think it makes sense if he stays. I think it makes sense if he stays with the Pacers. No offers. Cam Thomas got a few. I think he should stay with the Nets though. I don't think he goes back to the Nets. I think I'll veto that if that ever ends up happening. I think he would re-sign with the Mavericks in this situation. I don't think he goes with the Nets ever. Or he'll take like a 1 year deal with the contender. Where'd he sign? He signed with Brooklyn. What? I don't know what sense that makes. This makes sense. All these make sense. They just get their guys back. Kyrie to Brooklyn doesn't make sense to me though. I think I veto this. I don't even know how I would though. Let's go to, I forgot what the option even was. It's like team selection. There you go. Brooklyn, where you at? All right. Because who let them do this? I think they're going to lose Cam Thomas, and that's why they brought him. But I really think Kyrie should stay with Brooklyn, or not with Brooklyn, but with Dallas. I can't even move him. He's gonna have to stay there. Get your bag then, Kyrie. I tried to hate. It didn't work though. Cam Thomas still got 10 offers. Looks like the Pistons though. Nas Reed to the Nets. Are the Nets just gonna go out and start doing shit? Okay, free agency. Quentin Grimes, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Yabusele. See, they didn't re-sign Josh Giddey. Where he at? Free agents. Yep. Cam Thomas, Josh Giddey, Ty Jerome, Killian Hayes. This is exactly what I was afraid of. I think up to right here is the cutoff. I think everybody above him should be on a team. Everyone below him, I think, is fine staying in free agency. Karis LeVert is good though. Malik Beasley is good. Chris Paul I don't see why he's not on the team. You know what? I might go through and fix everything like that. Oh my goodness. Andre Jackson, shout out to you for that 1 overall boost. Same with Chris Livingston and Tyler Smith. Damn. Why everybody? Summer League, I can't say I care about that. Where's the All-Star game going to be at? nasty work. We're just gonna send to the season. Alright, these guys are on ain't shit deals, so what we're gonna do is go to our contracts and then turn that off. Then go to team selection. It's not what I was looking for. Team selection. Bulls traded Caruso so they could keep Josh Giddey, which is what they're gonna do. There you go. Cam Thomas. I don't see why the Nets didn't keep you. I guess they just kicked you to the curb for, I guess, Naz Reid and Jalen Green. Kyrie 4 years, 151. I don't know what other team could really use him. You know what? Yeah, it'll be the Mavericks. Mavericks are just gonna swap unless the Mavericks gets like Tyus Jones or something. I actually like Tyus Jones on the Mavericks. We're gonna do that. Play PJ, AD. Would the Nuggets need something like that? 2-guard? I mean, Cam Thomas on the Nuggets might be a little crazy. You know what? I can see him on the Pelicans. Not mad at that at all. 15 players. I mean, would they kick into the curb? Yeah, they're gonna release you. Unless that doesn't count, I gotta probably get rid of someone else. Yeah. So who's on a core deal that they could just get rid of? AJ Johnson, I don't think they do that. Antonio Reeves. I mean, yeah, it's Cam Thomas. DeJounte Cam. Who Spurs need to keep around Chris Paul. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. I don't know why they have Killian Hayes. Who else is here that could be on a team? Okay, Ty Jerome definitely. Same with Malik Beasley. D Schroed probably need a team. Ty Jerome. We're looking at contenders here. I don't think we should make the rich get richer here. Oh, the Blazers need it. Ty Jerome type. I think they dumped Josh Okogie or Ty Jerome. Yeah, I think that one was necessary. I think they still start Scoot Henderson though. I don't think. I'll let them decide who else is out there. Yeah, Malik Beasley, Nikhil, Matisse. The rest of these I'm pretty fine with. Who the Warriors have? Markel Fultz. Let's first off, let's make Jimmy Butler small forward, and Draymond a power forward center. They pick up Nikhil, or do they pick up Malik Beasley here? I think they pick up Nikhil. He'll be a Warrior. Barely cracking the rotation there is kind of crazy though. I'll move him up to small forward. They got Alex Caruso. I feel like this is a team to pick up Dennis Schroeder, or he goes back on the Celtics. I think that'd be pretty good for them. They need somebody at point guard, and I think D Schroeder might just be the guy. I'm gonna make sure he wears that fat ass number again. Hold on. Yeah, he back. I know where he's going to. That's just not what they need though. They need Trendon Watford is here. Yeah, let's get they could get Trendon Watford. They could release one of their 90 bigs. Trendon Watford. Warriors. Just don't think they've used Jordan Walsh all too much for them not to get Al Horford back. Celtics. There you go. Luke Cornett can still contribute somewhere. I feel like the Clippers might like Karis LeVert. I think they give up Kobe Brown or something. Sean Holmes, they go. Free agents. So either Matisse or they get Karis. I think they get Karis in this situation though. 2-guard. Nice. They literally don't have a backup point guard either. It's where they pick up like Ben Simmons or DeAnthony Melton. I like DeAnthony. They give up Kobe Brown. Instead, they get Ben Simmons. Or no, they get DeAnthony Melton. They just needed point guard minutes. DeAnthony could fill that. Who do they not have at point guard? I think it's just the way this team is built. John Conchar. Okay, as soon as I get Malik Beasley and Matisse Thybulle on the team, I think it should be good. Let's just see who has weak 2-guard depth. Okay, they're fine. Who do they have? They have Davion Mitchell, Duncan Robinson. They could pick up a point guard. They might need a vet. Do the Knicks get a 2-guard here? They get Westbrook is a free agent. I didn't even see him. They get Matisse to the Knicks. Absolutely need a backup center. And like Paul Reed or Drummond is right there. B-ball Paul is there. I mean, why not get Drummond? They need a vet. They need a vet of any kind. Do they get Russ back though? Maybe. I mean, they might actually still have room. Get a Russ. Yep. They do as much as I can, really. I haven't even like adjusted no numbers or nothing. Okay, that's fine. All right, I went through the league and kind of assigned a bunch of players to different teams. Although it's not perfect, some players are still in free agency that I think can contribute to any sort of team. I did what I can, and I think that's where we're gonna leave it. Next episode, we'll get into gameplay and then looking around the league just to see where everybody is, like relative. But this is our team. We got Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Bobby Portis, and Brook Lopez, with Kyle Kuzma, Kellen Johnson, Gary Trent Jr., and Andre Jackson Jr. I like this team. I really do. But we're gonna test this team against the San Antonio Spurs day one. See, Chris Paul was a free agent. I made sure he's not a free agent anymore. I put him back on the Spurs on like just a minimum. I think everybody I assigned to a team is on a minimum. So yeah,